And now, it's my pleasure to introduce the faculty speaker for the class of 2026. This teacher was nominated and selected by the students of Yucaipa High School for their personality, teaching style, compassion, and remarkable ability to connect with students across our campus. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Yucaipa High School's very own Mr. Jeff Pitcher.
All right. It's a beautiful night, everyone. Beautiful moment in time. So I brought this with me. And plan A is just to wave at you for about 10 minutes and then walk off stage. Right? Good enough? No. Fives and high fives? No. Okay. Plan B. Better go with plan B. So in all seriousness, thank you for letting me be a part of your celebration today. If that sounds familiar, it's because I took it from Mrs. Richter's speech from last year in 2025. The rest I will do myself. This is the end of my career, and I'm told that it's my responsibility to inspire all of you to future success forevermore. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Pitcher, you only have 5 minutes. So here's as much advice for you as I can fit into approximately 5 minutes. I do have time for one story. Let me move from the end of my career to the beginning back in 1993. I was interviewing for an English teaching job, and when you interview, they take you back into a huge room in the district office, and you sit you at the head of a table with about 8 people who fire questions at you and take notes on what you say. First question, I answered it okay. Second question, average response. Third question, I had no idea. So I proceeded to tell a story about Michigan State hockey. Had nothing to do with the question at all. And I see these interviewers with confusion written all over their faces, writing in their notebooks. So I just say, hey, if it helps at all with what you're writing, I got that question wrong. So the interview ends and Mr. Likens, you remember him? Anyone? Okay. The principal at the school I was applying for, Mr. Likens walks me to my car, shakes my hand, and says, I'd like to wish you good luck in the future, young man. And I said, hey, can I ask you a question? How do you think that interview went? He looks at me and he says, I'd like to wish you good luck in the future, young man. And I thought, so that's the way it's going to be. So needless to say, the rejection letter arrives the following week, and I thought, let me just finish this summer school thing I have going in Hesperia and get the U-Haul back to Michigan. This California experiment has failed. But then a month later, I get a phone call from Yucaipa, and they said, if you would like an English teaching job, come on down to the district office and sign a contract. I said, you mean sign a contract for the job that I just got a rejection letter from? They said, things have changed. So 5 years go by. I'm now working for Mr. Likens, the same guy who walked me to my car, and he pulls me aside one day and he says, did I ever tell you how you got this job? And I said, no. He said, we hired someone else, and she called and couldn't take the job. So we reconvened the committee, and nobody could remember anything about any of the other applicants. So I just said, heck with it. Let's just hire the guy that talked about hockey. So, which brings me to the first piece of advice I have for you. Be memorable, and assume that everything you do matters. See, I was memorable in a bad way, and now here I am 33 years later because of it. Sometimes the very moment where things fall apart is what saves your life. Piece of advice number 2, don't stop learning. You now get to specialize in what you want to do. Future military people, you're about to pick what's called an MOS, Military Occupational Specialty. In the Marines, for example, there are 300 different fields that you can specifically train for while you are enlisted. Future college students, you will start out with some general classes and increasingly specialize until you are what you really want to be. Future trade school people, you're going to become an expert at your chosen field in the near future. This is what life is all about. As much as I'm slowing my roll, you're jumping into the fast lane. This is not the end. It's the most exciting beginning of your life up until now. The next 5 years, best of your life, transformative. 3 more quick pieces of advice and I'm out of here. Number 3, make your obsessions into your career. Get money for something you would do for free. Number 4, produce something bigger than yourself. Whether that involves projects you do, raising children, or improving the world in any way, make sure you're living for something bigger than yourself. And finally, my wife Lori taught me, number 5, have fun every single moment that you can. And now I'd like to end this speech with a guy who always does exactly that. I can't afford a lot to give you for graduation. There's too many of you. So this is my graduation gift to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, straight out of Boston, Massachusetts, your friend and mine, Mr. K.
Thank you, Mr. Pitcher. Since Mr. Pitcher couldn't write his own conclusion, here I am. Yucaipa High School graduates class of 2026, are you ready for the joke of the day? Graduation is that time of life when you trade in your textbooks for student loan applications. Good luck. We'll see you on the boulevard.